Live tonight on American Zombie. Like, say what's up to everyone. StreamYard link is pinned to the top of the chat. New forms of mind control. New forms of mind control are everywhere. Behavior modification is a form of mind control, in my opinion. That things, music, movies, certain types of colors and institutions can affect the way people think, control the mind. You know, we were talking about the blue LED light technology that they were using, that some people are saying is basically the Men in Black type of the Men in Black, their technology for the neuralizer. That's what it is. The neuralizer that with the blue lights, not the red light, they're saying blue LED technology, right? That works through optogenetics. It's being used in research to manipulate effectively erase, they're saying, according to this study on Google, specific memories in mice by controlling genetically modified neurons. Oh my goodness, this is deeper than what I thought. So, genetically modified neurons. So, neurons, man, what they're doing to these mice, making traumatic memories less intense. Wow. Yeah, what a great thing. Hey, you know what? If you got trauma, that's what we're working on this technology for. Because in case you get trauma, we care about you. And we want to be able to erase those memories. You know, who knows? Maybe we might traumatize you by accident, but we want to help you out, help you feel better, erase the trauma through our new research. So they're claiming things like fear memories. Researchers have used blue light to silence neurons associated with a fearful event. Man, this is crazy. I can understand the angle, but when you really look into it, we already know the people that run society are not the are not the most trustworthy, as we have seen. So this whole thing with targeted control, shining the blue light on these modified cells can either excite or inhibit them. Man, technology. I could even, everything's like being based on these blue LEDs too, right? Like everything coming out the screens, everything, telephones or phones, basically cell phones, telephones is already outdated. Light sensitivity. These proteins, often activated by blue light, wow, allow researchers to control the neurons' electrical activity. So they are doing some research on the mind where they're modifying neurons, it seems, and in modifying that, it's making it more sensitive to blue light. Now they're working on activating and deactivating things with the same blue light that modified the neuron. This is some Frankenstein on another level type of stuff that we're seeing here. This is serious Frankenstein. Serious Frankenstein. Wow. Shining light after a learning event can disrupt the process where short-term memories become long-term. Rewriting memories. There's some total recall stuff right here. By manipulating neurons, scientists have even managed to make bad memories less negative or switch them to more positive associations. Wow. Wow, this is getting deep, man. Key takeaways. It's about controlling neural activity, not literally deleting data like a computer. So, in other words, trust them. Don't worry. Actually manipulating the neurons in the brains to be on the cutting edge of science like this and have nobody really concerned is an extremely big concern. It is an extremely big concern that that people in general. Well, we already talked about the sports zombies. I wouldn't expect anything less actually, because the zombification has no prejudice. So the blue light also keeps them awake longer. So there's a few different types of effects that these things are having on these mice. So literally, this is in the books: blue LED light technology, optogenetics. Wow, being used memory erasing, altering experiments. So either erasing the memory or altering it. What they're saying is it's more alter, but who knows? We already know the experiments are usually throughout society. Wow. Wow. Rewriting genetic modifications, insert genes. So scientists insert genes for light sensitive proteins into neurons in the mouse brain. Oh, wow. This is like Frankenstein on another level. I wonder what's happening with the regular population. It makes you wonder. Really makes you wonder just by watching the screen. Is it doing anything? Is it programming while the person is watching? And it's not even a screen anymore. I think they've always called the computer monitor the monitor. Maybe for some reason, maybe it monitors us. Why would they tell us that that technology was out? They say the pixels on the screen can be used as a camera. Now, I'm not sure if that's 100% true. Can the pixels on a screen be used as a camera? I wonder if they would even. Again, I'm looking at it like they're really going to tell me the truth. If it was possible, which of course we see that things that we never thought to be possible are possible now. Things where people might say, "Wait, I didn't think that was possible years ago." I mean, messing with the short-term memory of mice through the manipulation of light, that probably wasn't thought possible 30 years ago, or even why you would want to do it. But I definitely see they always have an answer. It's like, okay, don't learn how to deal with the traumatic past to learn from it and not repeat it. Just get it erased, basically, is what this technology would be saying had it been in, like, if it was in existence, which who knows? It's definitely in an experimental phase, but could be available, could be being used on people. Very, very possible that people could have this happening, this form of mind control. As we have went over, you definitely have school as a very strong form of mind control. The first two categories, family and friends, will keep people in a certain frame of mind due to peer pressure. Peer pressure is real. Friends and family and food. Food. That's why I put it as the third one. It really makes me, we can't escape it. I mean, we need food. We we this with friends and family, that's like a gathering ritual with the food. Guy the Sage, good to see you. Says, reminds me of the LED incapacitator device. Wow. That sounds familiar. I don't exactly remember what it was. Um, let me see. LED incapacitator device. I don't know if that might have came from a movie. Oh, so it's a divine. Oh, okay. A weapon designed like a flashlight, emits energy. Well, that makes sense. Incapacitate. LED. 120,000 luminums. That's what they're saying is uh, one of the most powerful ones. Wow. The amount of stuff that has went forward in technology is just can you legally carry a bi-RNA gun or a burner? But BYRNA. A non-lethal compressed air launcher. So that's what that is. Is generally legal, as it's not a firearm. Legal to own, open carries often restricted, like California. Wow, California has just got a whole different level of stuff. It makes me wonder. Different forms, new forms of mind control. It's, when I think about it, we're under so many different types of things that can affect the mind. And we see it with a lot of, look at the programs. Programs on the whole are just meant to zombify. All new programs, new songs can be looked at as new forms of mind control. A new song, a new movie, new form of mind control. How is it are they going to control it? One is distraction. So we see that the distraction that matters a lot. Remember, the enemy does not have to defeat you. All they have to do is distract you. They win by, time. We have limited time and energy. We have to rejuvenate. That alone shows how if we're distracted long enough, we may not accomplish what it is we might have been put here for or came here for. When I think about it, it makes you wonder, like Mark Twain said, the two most important days, the day you were born and the day you figure out why. Very important. Very important. Most people will say, well, they were put here for something, but it seems like they don't search toward finding out what that something is. That would be the next thing to put into action. Gaia says, yes, yeah, it's freaky as heck. They'll actually have a drug that with one injection can cause something. The future of mind control or torture, yeah, it could be torture. And they have, they have some some scary things, man. It's definitely some scary stuff when you think about it. We we see where we could be living in paradise, and something has taken control to where we're seeing more and more forms of things to cause fear, methods to control people, experimentation that seems to be in the open, in my opinion, that maybe maybe people know about, but they really don't care. I mean, the fact that people will know that something's in the water and not care to buy a filter, I mean, I can understand. It's really sad that you have to figure out a way to afford a filter to clean what was put in the water by a company that isn't fined to clean it. I mean, that alone, the fact that the scientists are finding these things more and more in the drinking water, in the people themselves. When we look at the tests that come out with the nanoplasts and the micro, it just it's a cause for alarm, especially for people that have kids. You would wonder, you would say, hey, you know what? Don't you care? Don't you care about what's going to happen in the future, say 30 years, 40 years? I don't think people really do care. You know, pollution spills aren't really talked about. And like if I type in pollution spills in the USA, so why does it correct me to say US? This is just so 6 days ago, 6 days ago, we have a story about a spill of 1 million gallons of sulfuric acid. Wow, summoned to Houston ship channel from chemical leak. This is crazy, man. And this is not a big thing. This is not a big thing. Taylor Swift's concert is much bigger, much bigger. Wow, that's sulfuric acid leak sent two to the hospital. And magically, it's not a big thing. And they have a good few others. Recent emergency spill responses, pollution incidents, areas of coastal New Jersey and New York. Wow. This is something, man. Like a mixture of the TV series Black Mirror and Upload. I grew up with the transhumanist utopian idealism, and now we are starting to see the idealism mutated under capitalism. It's definitely some type of mutation, some type of conglomerated monster that yeah, it really is something. It has mutated, it has changed into what some would call a monster. Uh it just yeah. So the Office of Response and Restoration, National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration. So as far as recent spills, they don't have anything that's too recent that they're putting up here. I think you're looking at 2012, but even so, pollution is pollution. Something spilled in 2012 is still going to be around. Why do they call them forever chemicals? Because of the forever part. Very hard to get rid of them when you think about it. So it says, yeah, what was the most recent oil spill? So you're looking at the Keystone Pipeline oil spill, which is on the 22nd of December. No, I mean 2022, 7th. Yeah. So 22. So you're looking at 3 years ago, they had three of them. And when you ask it, does the U.S. have a pollution problem? So it's saying despite dramatic progress cleaning the air since 1970, cleaning the air, air pollution in the US causes harm. Wow, man, this is when you think about it, it's some crazy stuff. It really is. The whole, people have to be in a state of mind control to not care about the pollution that's happening. It really has me wondering, like, why? Why would people not care? This is a, this is something that's so blatantly in the open, man. There has to be some new form of mind control. New forms of mind control. Every time the new model of a phone comes out, that's a new form of mind control. So to understand that, any type of clownware that we're influenced to buy, to say, hey, you know what? Um, Clothes seems to have been something to cover the body. And as long as it did that, it was good. Not that it went out of style. It's like, so in other words, they made clothes have an expiration date. That's crazy. That's like really, really crazy. Now I can understand people getting new clothes, but when you think about the way they do stuff like this, it's ingenious. Guy says, I've been hearing more about the DDT barrels in the ocean leaking than this sulfuric acid spill. It is interesting what information gets through the algorithms. Yeah, I didn't even know about the DDT barrels. Wow. Let me see the DDT barrels. And I guess they're in California. That's what popped up off the coast. Scale of dumping. So a 2021 seafloor survey found over 25,000 barrel-like objects in the San Pedro Basin. This is just part of a larger toxic dump site. That's crazy, man. That is crazy. Ghostly halos. Wow. That is like, that is something. Reform Stoic. It says that your device is not connected. So it's something like that that it's saying. I see you backstage though. It says I can't pull you on until it says device is not connected. So maybe your mic or your camera, you can, if you have to turn it on, turn it off, put an avatar, that might work. But I do see you backstage. Just looking for some, yeah, the DDT. So I'm on the DDT page. Ghostly halos. So research shows some barrels with distinctive halos contain caustic alkaline waste, not just DDT. Wow, how nice is that? So scale of dumping, the location, Los Angeles. Wow. Wow, something, I mean, and nobody, this is not a big thing. Definitely they're not going to grow kids up in school knowing about this. Toxic ocean dumps off Southern California on Wikipedia. That's a whole other thing on there. Wow. Whenever you look it up, it's like it's like the crime thing. It just, you find so much stuff. It's like, this is crazy. High concentrations. They're saying, yeah, Pacific Ocean. Wow. Wow. This is recent pollution in the US instead of the USA. So it's mainly the air. So the air quality that they're talking about a lot with this air quality thing. And that is very concerning. It is very concerning. The air quality trends. This is like total recall, man. People just wanting clean air to breathe. Wow. And they try to say, so they definitely don't want to say that land and water pollution is a problem. Whenever the question, is pollution a problem in the US, pops up, It's always, oh, despite the dramatic progress cleaning the air. It's like, yeah, but it's more than the air is number one, without a doubt. We need to take care of that. But there's also this stuff that's going into the waterways and the ground. That's another thing that we don't hear anybody really talking about. It's like they talk about the behavior of certain people. We see videos about a lot of stuff like that, but in the midst of everybody arguing on that, everything's getting polluted. 24 hours a day. Uh, this is 24/7. It's crazy, and it's not people. Man, it is so asylum. It is like on another level of asylum, man. Another level. Gaia says air quality in India is F. They're looking towards how China fixed the air. Man, that's so crazy, bro. That is just like, yeah, that's really. So they're saying a lot of the environmental issues. I mean, who do we think is causing them? When they try to say the average person, it's like, come on, are you serious? It's like to think of the zombies that go around and push that agenda. Oh, it's your individual. It's like, so the space shuttle launch does nothing, right? All of these experiments that they do, that's not a problem, right? And that's how you start to see that this is so it's so like just you talk about ignoring things. It makes you wonder, man. They're just ignoring it. People just ignoring. And now the biggest threat, they try to throw in their new scare thing, but the real threat is mental illness. If people could cure that, then every other problem becomes simple to see and to remedy. But without mental illness being addressed as a serious problem, then how can other things get get fixed? I mean, basically, it's like the patients are running the asylum, which it definitely seems that way. It seems like it's asylum and there ain't no doctors. It's just asylum city. It's right wing and left wing, different branches on the same asylum, basically. Not even the same bird. It's in the same asylum. That basically different parts of the same asylum, the right wing and the left wing. And then the middle part, we already know. It's nutcase city, to where people just it's hard to even begin the conversation. Better off just to assess. We're like somebody who's being experimented on, and we're meeting other people who are experimented on as well, but trying to deduce how far has it pushed that person. Is that person like too far gone? Are they gone beyond the help of gone so far where they can't be helped, so they're beyond help? Some could just be zombified where we can still uh, get some information from them, but we know that, okay, if we talk about certain subjects, they're full-blown zombie. Others are kind of semi-survivors. They know they're zombified in other areas, but they're very aware to what's going on many fronts, many fronts. Other survivors, it's like a breath of fresh air to try to find them and say, wow, there's other people who actually think. I've had a few people now tell me that there's not too many people that they can talk to, especially about certain subjects that go against the status quo. It's a serious thing that they talk about it until they fall back into fantasy island. Then everything's okay again. Then it's like, yeah, they were just looking at it I guess, too rebellious, or, they were thinking too much, say, hey, when they told me, why do I have to ask the question for the evolution thing? I was just like, that was the point when I realized, I said, wow, these people, this is straight Truman Show level. When they said that, I was like, wow, so I'm asking you to explain it to me, and you're telling me, why do I have to ask that question? It's like, wow. It really, the zombie, the zombie atmosphere is almost unbelievable when I think about how far it has it has progressed. Every year, I don't see it as much, but when I look back at a few years, that's when I see it. And then looking back at that, and you look at the progress that has been made as far as electronic technology wise, the jump is ridiculous. It's like they're definitely holding stuff back. We should have been at processors that were way faster commercially, but they held them back. They hold back certain things. They want to be able to control it, basically. That's what we see. And while attempting to do that, we see that there's new forms of mind control that come out, distractions, different types of foods. The fact that foods can affect the mind, bingo, tells right there what we breathe. Gaia says, problem is lots of mental illness caused by lack of properly integrating ontology onto one's life. Nobody is teaching existentialism, ontology to the masses. People grow up with unresolved issues. Yeah. Yeah, that is something. That is something. It's like, you know, we do see that. We see people with a lot of that. But metaphysics, a lot of people don't want to look into metaphysics. People, people are extremely stubborn in some areas. It that whole looking at it from that perspective, it's a deep way of looking at it. But again, it reminds me of that thing, you know, casting pearls to swine. And I'm not religious. I'm just saying, just sometimes it's like, how do you even talk to a person like that? A seed of doubt in youth growing up into a giant cordyceps zombie fungus in adult. Yeah, that cordyceps mushroom's off the handle. It really is. But yeah, man, I figured I'd jump on for a couple of minutes, just say what's up to keep my daily thing going. I'm happy to do that. I'm happy to keep it daily. Hopefully, I'll be able to work on some videos too. But yeah, man, if that guy tried to hop on, but I guess something happened to his connection. But maybe tomorrow we'll see what's up, man. You guys take care. Have a great night. We'll talk again soon.